I'm just outstanding at the quality of the sound. Now, this might not work. We might regret this. But let's try it. That's what these videos are for. I'm just having one of those moments where it's like, whoa, like, this is why I do what I do. And why I love writing music. Proof is in the pudding. Hello, today we are looking at a free dulcimer, the Wildmothers Dulcimer by Hunter Rogerson. It's available on pianobook for free, although it will require you having the full version of Kontakt. Now, this is a gorgeous instrument, and as the top review says, if you need a dulcimer, this is a great place to start, and I doubt you'll be disappointed. I guess you'll be the judge of that in the end, but I can highly recommend this product. It is 4.7 gigabytes of samples, and not only that, he did release a second one with more articulations at 6.7 gigabytes of samples. So we've got about 10 gigabytes worth of samples for this instrument, and it's, as I said, free to use. Of course, within Kontakt, it has that caveat, but I can't recommend this enough. And just in this one alone, we're not going to be doing the second edition of this. We're just going to be looking at the first one. If you want me to look at the second one, leave a comment down below and we'll do maybe a walkthrough on that. But this one specifically covers Hammond Tremolo's Electromagnetic Mahogany, interesting, 10 billion butterflies and dripping branches. So those are the articulations included within this one. It's an absolutely gorgeous UI, a gorgeous sound, and to top it all off, it has 3 mic positions, a close, room and hallway, and there's definitely some round robins and some dynamic layers there as well. So lots to go off. The paperwork is in the description as always, and just look at the reviews, 5 stars all round, so it's definitely something we have to check out. And he's done a number of different instruments. I know he's done some with a decent sampler, which will have to feature in Sampler of the Week, because he has done 12 instruments, and as he says up there, this is deeply sampled with multiple articulations. So let's move away from the paperwork. We're here to check out the sounds. Let's move into Kontakt. And we'll start with the hammered patch. We're going to go with just the how it's actually set up initially. We're not going to touch it, and then we'll get into the mic positions, listen to them individually, and go from there. Now, what I'm feeling is I could do it a little bit more close, in all honesty. I'm just going to turn that up. Which is exactly what I want. I love that. Velocity sensitivity wise. Ooh, ouch, sorry. I feel it's touchy. I feel I need to push a little bit more, but I really shouldn't complain. I think we do have 3 dynamic layers there. Quiet, mid, and then we have that really loud one, which I blew everyone's ears away with. But looking at these individual mic positions, so this is the close. Just a little bit of a tail. And that's the close with my awful playing. We have the room. Okay, we have to turn that up a lot more. Interesting, that's almost a... doesn't ring out as much, more a staccato-y sound, but still quite a nice little roomy sound there. And hallway, let's just pipe it up to the top. Probably going to regret this. Nope. Bit of distance on that, I guess, with it all mixed together. yeah, you can really get a nice mix. You can go from everything up close and personal and mix in some other little bits. I feel you do have to pipe it up a bit, but the advantage of Kontakt, we've only got this set at 0, so if you really wanted that hallway sound but wanted a little bit more oomph, we could probably turn that up to 5, maybe even more. If that's the sound you're going for, it's still very clean, so he's obviously put a little bit of processing on, but he still has the organic sound and it still sounds organic, doesn't sound overly compressed. But you do have that distance. Of course you can add your own reverbs as well, but nice to see 3 mic positions, especially for something free. This is absolutely amazing, and I think now we should move on to the next articulation. We'll look at the tremolos and probably see a very similar setup. Release trigger. Is that volley? Okay. And nice to see the mod wheel as well in this situation. It controls the dynamics, so you can really bring the sound in and out. And there's a release trigger. If I turn that off, it just cuts. Oh, that's amazing. It's little details like that. And of course, this gorgeous UI where you can actually see the little knobs move. I love that. But still, we're getting distracted. It's little details like this release trigger that makes all the difference in a sample library. Because normally, that's kind of what would happen, and maybe you'd have to mess with the attack and release. But an actual release trigger, you have that natural ring out of a final note, which just adds to the realism, and you don't have to have it loud. Oh, that's amazing. Or you could just fade it out with your mod wheel. Oh, I'm just getting like shimmering glass, sort of Philip Glass sort of vibes. I love the intimacy and that release trigger. Wow, especially with the chord. I recently looked at, what was it, the kalimba that Spitfire Audio did for the originals, and I would love for something for that, like that, to be in it with the tremolos, because it makes all the difference. Gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous, and of course mic positions to mess with as well. Lovely. Let's move on to Electromagnetic Mahogany, which I'm very, very curious to see what this is. Okay. Okay, don't mind my awful playing. What? This is not what I expected. A little bit too powerful there. The modwheel does nothing, but that's no surprise. That's quite unique, actually. And you have like a clicky, stringy sort of sound as well there, but not on all the notes. Oh yeah, you do. Oh, I'm lying. That definitely has its use. I feel it will sit really nicely underneath things, and maybe pair that with a tremolo patch. The beauty of Kontakt is you can do that. And so we're going to pair that with a tremolo. I'm going to make sure, because this is a common problem, I have Omni there. So that's the tremolo. That's the mahogany. Release trigger. Yeah, let's put these two together. This should be interesting. I want more of this to ring out. And I actually want that bit more close. Let's turn that up just a touch, turn that down a little bit. Maybe make this sound a bit more distant. See what I mean? This is why I love Kontakt so much, because you can do things like that, drop two in one, have a little bit of fun. And this is a really cool instrument and has a lot of uses. I love that. And that tremolo patch is so usable. There's some tremolo patches I really don't like, but this one especially, and I'm going to say it again, this release trigger just makes it so much more usable. Why do more people not do that? Right, let's get rid of these and kind of go back to how we were before. So moving on to the 10 million butterflies. I believe that's what's next. Okay, what do we got going here? What is this? Attack and release. Oh, I'm just going to start playing and see what happens and then play with these knobs. I feel this is very similar to what we just did, actually. So that's water, obviously. Wind. I feel like this is something I could probably sit here and mess around with for 5-10 minutes and just keep on going. Right there, I think I was only hitting 2 or 3 notes and just messing with the little knobs. And I think what would be really cool, if you hook these up, you can learn MIDI CCs. If you've got a little controller, I've got a nano controller sat right in front of me here. These things are great. They're super cheap as well. I think they're like 30 quid or something like that. And just hook up the CC knobs to these, because it's a little bit small and not the easiest to mess around with your mouse. But if you hook them up, hit a couple notes, and I know you got attack and release there as well, and just start playing and bringing the sounds in and out, you could create a really interesting ambient piece, or something that's can sit in the backdrop of something. You know those moments in films where you don't quite need a piece, but you need something there. This, I think, would work perfect for those moments. A backdrop, something to sit there in the background and just add a little bit of texture and ambience and emotion. And that's a really fun, cool little patch. The UI, it's a little bit small for me. It could just be my eyes and the fact that I'm a mile away from my screen. But that's really cool. And I'll let you mess around with that in your own time. I think we did enough there as it is. And I believe we've got one more, Dripping Branches, and then we'll leave it there. So what is going on here? It looks similar. So we've got a similar setup, and I'm just going to hit some notes and start playing with these knobs. This is where I wish I could play this an octave. It's still going an octave lower, actually. But what I guess I can do in Kontakt is bring the whole patch down. I'm going to do 2 octaves. Now, this might not work. We might regret this. But let's try it. That's what these videos are for. Oh. Okay, it paid off. I don't know about you, but I'm getting shivers. This sounds so cool. I'm just having one of those moments where it's like, whoa, like, this is why I do what I do. And why I love writing music. It's just, this is so emotive. And just dragging it down 2 octaves, that beautiful bass. I don't know what he has done with this patch. The way, just the random, you just have that authentic hit of the note and just, I haven't even started messing with the knobs, and that just, wow. Oh, I got shivers. Just, this is gorgeous. I should really start playing with these knobs now. And don't forget we shoved this down 2 octaves as well. This should really be there. Definitely fun things to play with, and I'll let you play it with at your own leisure. Another excuse or reason to get the full version of Kontakt is amazing and beautiful instruments like this, where I'm just outstanding at the quality of the sound, and just the fact that I can very easily drop this down a couple of octaves and you still have this beautiful, gorgeous, rich sound that comes from this instrument, as well as, of course, panning and volume and other bits and bobs and everything behind the scenes of this. But this instrument, wow, I'm amazed. This has so many uses. I feel like I'm definitely 100% going to be using this patch probably to create an ambient library, and have this at its center, especially this patch. Just wow, just hitting a couple notes, what we made just there is just, well, proof is in the pudding. But I think we'll leave it there. Thank you, Hunter Rogerson. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. If you're watching this, thank you for creating this gorgeous instrument, and I think we're going to have to check out the second one in a future video. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this. I will see you in the next video.